think they're the best two teams in in Australia at the moment. These two, they've got some really hard hitters in both lineups. Cash Money's got a lot of stronger players that've been around a lot longer, but you know, Masif can take a lot of games off of them if they try. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. We had Masif on, when did we cast? Like Sunday night, and we had Brodogs in for his little interview thing, and he was pretty confident. So,
Yep. You can't be intimidated of your opponents, or you'll just play worse. So you've got to go in there with the right attitude, and yeah, there's no room for mistakes or second guessing yourself in Division 1 in Australia.
I can't say I know that from experience because I played Div 5.
That's okay. We all get there at some stage. Cool. So what maps are we playing tonight?
We've got probably Viaduct. First pick, and Masif picked that, and then Cash Money picked Granary, and Snakewater is going to be a decider.
That's interesting. Viaducts are like, it's a really interesting map in that it's incredibly diverse. You have so many options available for both teams, so it'll be interesting to see if anyone tries to run like, you know, snipers or heavies or, you know, just forward holds with double gunboat soldiers. There's just so many options available. Granary was, so which team picked Granary? Cash Money?
Yeah, Cash Money picked Granary.
Yeah, so Granary's a really focused map. It's probably the only soldier-focused map in the game, actually, but that's probably one of the reasons they picked it. They're backing on their soldiers just being able to pull through and win. The last one, Snakewater. Snakewater, could go either way. Just depends on how well like both teams' technical execution is on the middles.
Yeah, Masif, when they played Snake against Not Bad, they won that 5-1, I think. Oh wait, no, they didn't. Wait, I think it was 5-1. They definitely won it. I think it was 5-1 or 5-0. So,
all those new to this cast and stream at the moment. We're doing the Division 1, one of the upper brackets fights, playing on Viaduct. The teams are Cash Money and Masif Saturdays. So, playing for Cash Money, we've got Zarka on Scout, Epps on Scout. No, Epps should be Soldier, surely.
Yeah, Epps is the pocket now.
Yeah, Epps is pocket, Primed is the Roma, Termos is the Demo Man, Q is the Medic, and Yuki is our second Scout. But you'll probably see him sniping a lot on this map, I imagine. For Massive Saturdays, we've got Geo on Soldier. He's Soldier, isn't he? Yeah,
he's the pocket.
Yep, Sol is the Roma, Faith Scout, Brutalix is the Meadow Meat, I believe, and Madness is the other Scout. So, see how it goes.
Yeah, Madness has been bringing up some pretty decent performances as well, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes tonight.
I believe he won Best Scout last season or something, didn't he?
As far as I'm aware, that is correct.
Yeah. Oh. It's good having some All-Australians on both teams, because we've got Termo as Demo there, Epps there as well, so...
Yeah, some names that I recognise. Apparently Q is going to be med, not Bonobo. Yep. Which is unfortunate.
I don't think it's too bad. Q's a very experienced medic. He's been around for a very long time, so... But obviously Bonobo is the best player you could take, but you know, at this time Q's a decent backup, so...
Alright, so if we take a look at the map, let's say... What kind of scoreline do you reckon we're going to be seeing tonight?
I don't want to be too biased, but I've got a pretty strong feeling that Cash Money are going to come away with like a 5-3 victory, or 4-2 victory on Viaduct probably. So, on the other two maps, Soldier map 5-0 to Cash Money, and Snakewater if it comes to that. I don't really want to call that one, I'll just leave it and see how it goes.
Well, chances are we might not even see that tonight.
Yeah.
Judging by your predictions so far?
Well, even though these are the best two teams in Australia, it's the same problem that we've had for a very long time in competitive TF2, where there's a clear winner, and then there's a large gap, and then there's everyone else. So.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think Massive Saturdays can pull some stuff out of their asses if they try, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, indeed. Apparently we're going to be live in a minute and a half.
That'll be quite
pretty
interesting.
Quick.
So Viaduct is scored in 2 halves. We want to... First team to 4 points is the winner. It'll be interesting to see what both teams run. I'm really looking forward to watching Yuki's sniper and seeing if the other team decides to run heavies or just double Roma soldiers and try to counter that.
I'm actually interested to see Yuki playing Scout as well, actually, because...
But here we go. They're up and
it
playing.
looks like we're gone.
Alright, I'm watching Q's perspective. Let's see how the heals go middle.
Alrighty, Q's going to take us here on the rollout. Obviously, healing up pocket. I'm going to go into no-clip mode so I can have a better look around the place. And it looks like... Relum taking a little bit of damage, getting a good position up there towards the point. But Zach is going to be going aggressively forward. We're going to see a jumper here onto... he's taking him down, actually. Oh, 3 kills over in the favour of Cash Money. And this looks like it's going to be a cap for those guys. I would expect.
It's really good that Massive Saturday's medics survived in that situation, because now they're able to retake pretty quickly. Although you may have noticed that by capping the point just quickly, they denied Prime a forward spawn, so it's going to take them a little while to get back into the action. So Massive Saturdays are getting ready to push in from middle. So a ride push on this might be a little bit of an interesting one. It looks like a single soldier. We will try to force the medic and then rely on DM afterwards, so we'll see how that goes. That's the action coming.
Yeah, I think I might be lagging a little bit, but we'll hopefully be able to get through here. Geo going to be doing a lot of damage. He was kind of a star player for Masif in their last game, and he's going to be taken down by Yuki, but did enough damage beforehand. Madness and Faith, the 2 scouts, combining for a couple of kills there, and it's going to be a recap here for Masif.
It was very, very good, like fighting on that on like both teams. But Massive Saturdays just came ahead with a win. So both scouts were able to take like over on the flank, and Demo Man is just managed to keep Termo locked down. So, and really, it's better to just fall out and then retake with like spawn advantage. So because it's not that much of a time difference. So, and yeah, you can see that both like they're trying to dry pushes at the moment. Neither team has Uber yet. So
yeah, Relum was pretty aggressively forward there, trying to do a bit of damage, and you can see kind of no overheals on the side of Cash Money at the moment, probably due to that, but the little green numbers starting to pop up here as they start to push forward a little bit. It's going to be Yuki. He's actually pretty low, down to 34. Luckily, jumping out of the way of those rockets. The pop has come out here from Brutalix, and of course, it's going to be traded, I guess, out there by Q as well, so he's going to flash around. It's going to be a little bit of an advantage here in the favor of Q, but Thermo getting down very low. Zaka, though, comes in. The cavalry has arrived. It's going to be a 3-for-3 trade at the moment, and the soldiers going to be fighting here. Soul Craters, oh no, Primed was. But the hold still relatively successful here from Masif.
Yep, so you'll notice that Masif actually has like Uber advantage here. I don't think Q is able to get out. What's he on? Yeah, so they've got 30%. Yeah, they've got 30% Uber advantage, so Masif should be able to retake this pretty easily. Like they can just bully them out as well, because that man just stayed alive at middle. So
yeah, Soul coming in for the bomb. Oh, that was a pretty nice shot.
Always good to see, like, just the people playing at this level have incredible class skills, so it's really good to see, like, middies and scouts hitting mid shots all the time. It's just, you know, the cream of the crop.
Yeah, sometimes I watch these players and I wish I was as good as them, but not the case.
Oh, well.
And that's why I cast.
Ah, yes. You can't do it, cast.
Basically. Right, let's have a look. The Ubers are even at the moment. Brutalix going to be hiding up there on the side. See what the guys here from Cash Money decide to do on their retake. Epps has been taken down already with a nice shot from Realm there. The Ubers are popped out here as well. Let's see Tomo trying to get some damage onto, I think that's Faith, yeah it is, but not managing to connect too much. Zaka picks himself up one, but Soul even finds himself two, and Geo finds another one as well. So the Solis here at the moment for Massive Saturday coming up pretty huge. I think Geo, kind of my star player for that team. Madness, of course, as well. One of those big players managed to find himself a kill as well onto Zaka. And again, another pretty strong defense there from Massive.
I think you'll find that when the Ubers were popped, Massive was just really good at getting away from Termo. So, like, he actually had no place to shoot with the Uber. And effectively, everyone just went in there and ganged up on him and focused him down once the Uber was worn out. So, it's just really difficult for him to do anything when there's no one to shoot. Very good coordination from the team to fall out in completely different directions as well. So
Only a couple of seconds left on this point here, but they have got some time to work with. Eps is going to be taken down. This looks like it's all over Red Rover. It's Q on his own, and in the end, he's down, and Geo is going to be sitting on this point, making sure no one can get on top of that. And the first round, go to Masif.
Yeah, it's very, very good class skills by Masif. It's, you know, and the coordination for the Uber fights is just very, very solid. So I'll let you call this roll out and see how it's going.
Let's take a look at Termo, see what he does here. He's going to be up the side and see what he can get damage. He's going to spot out one Solly over there in the corner. So, like Zaka is going to be the one for Cash Money to be moving forward early. Termo takes a couple of shots to his face. He's going to go a little low, but he's going to be quickly healed up there by his med, of course. Realm is going to be forward as well, but the jumper comes across. That was Geo, actually, interestingly enough. Good pocket for Masif, going aggressive, but Eps as well jumping in the point, and no one's going down yet. Oh, Geo, though, as I speak, Termo takes him down, and that's going to give the player advantage in the favour of Cash Money. Having said that, though, Masif picks up the point capture, and it's like Cash Money have decided to pull back a little bit, but they're going to come up here and surely retake this point with the player advantage.
Yep, so Massive Saturdays aren't able to hold the free players down, so obviously Cash Money are going to come in. They've got Uber advantage, and they got player advantage, and now, yeah, now it's back to Massive Saturday to try and retake it. So it looks like they're going up onto the cliff. Cliff's an interesting choice because you have to pop pretty early because it's very easy to get spammed down from up there, so solo Ubers on middle.
Yeah, the old stalemate with the two Ubers. Zaka, though, is going to be dueling up against Geo here, though Geo takes him down. Geo picks himself up 2 kills there in, like, pretty much a 3v1, and so that was pretty good from him, and Madness finishes off 2 as well, so pretty good capture here from Masif. They did lose their medic, however, so that was a little unfortunate. Q is going to be there. It does have a slight Uber advantage, I guess.
It was good that they actually waited to see if, like, for Brutalix, like, for him to spawn, because otherwise he would have got an extra 6 seconds on the spawn time, and then it would have been, like, a 40% Uber advantage instead of a 20%, so... But I feel like what's going to happen is that both teams are just going to try to dry push, like, because Blue hasn't set up yet, so the red players should be able to get in for free, because they still have to wait for their medic and stuff, so... And yeah, people are getting picked all over the place, so...
Yeah, Faith did alright there in the back of the red team side, I guess. Managed to pick himself up a 1-for-1 in basically bad odds for himself, but Epps managed to trade out Soul there. He's surely going to be able to pick up Madness here as well. No, he doesn't. He goes down to Geo. Madness lived on 16 HP, but the capture going to be on here from Termo and his buddies. See what they can do on the defense here, Geo.
Yeah, so I think both teams are actually got Uber, so blue team's just waiting to get their players. Once you lose a couple of players, you're best off just falling out of middle, and then retaking with the spawn and player advantage and trying to dry push if you have. You notice it's a very different way of playing, like, Master Saturdays always uses Uber to retake, whereas Cash Money always comes in, like, with a dry push and uses it as a last resort, so...
Yeah, Madness goes down there, but Geo picks himself up 1. Faith is going to trade out Q, though, so that's a pretty important pick. I wonder if these deals are going to allow Massive Saturdays to push onto this point, but it looks like they're not going to go for that. They're just going to grind this Uber up a little bit, perhaps push on with that Uber as you mentioned before.
Yep, because like with Viaduct, it's such a fast-paced map. If you just go and sit and spawn and grind Uber, you waste 40 seconds, so you may as well just be trying to do something with your class skills. So that's what I think the red team really knows, whereas blue team just spends a fair bit of time sitting back, but look who's winning.
Yeah, it is true. Madness trying to get what can done, but it's really going to be Soul here pushing forward. Looks like Realm, he picks up a double kill there. Finishes off Fs, and Yuki taken down as well. Faith takes out Prime, so going to be signaling the retreat there, I guess, from Cash Money, and they're going to have to wait for their respawns before they can go for anything. But look at this forward hold coming out from Massive Saturday.
It's very calculated play, like, from Cash Money, knowing, okay, we've lost players, everybody knows and understands they should just get out of it. Anyway, we've got Ubers pop into the forward spawn because it got forced by Epps by the looks of it, so see how that goes.
There's some nice flashing there, I think, from Brutalix, keeping his scout alive as well, but Geo gets taken down there. So a 1-for-1 trade in that, but I guess this is going to be tough here for Massive Saturday to hold with this Uber advantage coming out from Cash Money.
Yep. They should try to force the Uber, which is what they're doing, and then they're going to have to try and just run out, and so they can maintain what they have. So
Yeah, it looks like Cash Money going to be chasing them down. Yuki going to be leading the charge at the moment. Zaka picks himself up too. Yuki is taken out by Geo, but that's really a consolation prize at this point. Epps takes down Geo in response, and Brutalix the only one from Massive Saturday to be able to get out of there alive.
So Massive Saturdays have a minute left to be able to capture, and they're already at 50% Uber, so they should be able to just like walk out, try to get some picks before people actually, you know, get into their positions and stuff, and then push the Uber advantage straight into them.
Alrighty, Faith is down at the moment though, so they're probably going to wait for him. I'd imagine. They have a scout behind them. Oh, this could be a med pick here coming out. Oh, it is!
Ooh.
Zaka takes down Brutalix, and that is unfortunate indeed for Massive Saturday. That's going to kind of spurn the response there from Sol, trying to get a med pick of his own onto Q, but in the end it doesn't even matter because Realm is going to be the sole survivor at the moment for Massive Saturday, and this pretty much all but allows us to decide that this round is probably going to be going in the favour of Cash Money, you would expect.
Unless like some, you know, just have some duels when people get picked in silly situations, but I feel like this is definitely in the favour of Cash Money right now.
Yeah, Yuki picks him up.
Yuki getting all the kills.
With that sniper that you mentioned before in the pre-game, and wow, this is going all the way of Cash Money at the moment. Looks like that is going to be all over Red Rover.
Fall down by Yuki.
1-1.
Yeah, so it's really important on maps like this, well pretty much actually any map, just to be able to ensure that nobody can leak behind on your flanks. So, like, I guess because the scout died earlier, Faith, Zark was able to go behind via middle or far right doorway and then come behind and shoot the medic. And unfortunately, like, players at high level punish people for those kind of mistakes, so...
Alright, let's see how this, I guess, the fight comes out. We're going to see Sol jumping in there straight away. I think he managed to not really do a whole lot, but Realm comes up huge, picks himself up 2 kills. Madness finds 1, and Geo and Faith as well get 1 apiece, and a very strong first fight coming out here from Masif. And that's interesting to me. I mean, they've had, from what I've seen on, you know, like CP maps, they've had pretty strong mid fights. So I guess, would that be something that would translate here onto King of the Hill?
It's difficult to say because there's just so many variables involved in this game. You can't really just like set it down to in this situation it's going to work like this. It really comes down to like class skills as well as like people knowing when to, you know, take good fights and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, anyway, Cash Money walking straight into the middle point, got a lot of damage onto the other team. A couple of soldiers taking some shots, scouts dueling on the point. It's going to be a tough fight for Massive Sadders if they want to stay in. They're 3 players down.
It could soon be even more. Yuki takes down Faith there as well, and the point caps are going to be going in the favour of Cash Money. Interestingly for me, Sol continually jumping the medic and doesn't really seem to be getting too much out of that.
Well, unfortunately for Sol, like, Viaduct tends to turn into, if you're not having a good game as a soldier, just jump to medic first. And really, if the other team is always in a really good position... Oh, crits hop from the middle, that's a really interesting choice from Cash Money. Oh, and yeah, Cash Money lost a couple of players from that, so...
Yeah, crits doesn't matter when you're going up against a Uber. Obviously, not going to be able to do too much against the Uber medic and combo, of course, and that's going to allow Massive to push in here and pick up that point once again. They're going for this forward hold once again, which seemed to work out fairly well for them in the first round.
The good thing is it's also incredibly effective against crits because you're not able to walk through choke points at all, so... But there's scouts running through and getting picks on players, so that's working pretty damn well.
Yeah, crits is going to be up very shortly. It's going to be 95%, but it looks like Q's going to be pushing back here. Oh, he could get taken down. He's very low. Manages to get into spawn just in time. Healing up there. Realm takes down Prime, though, in the meanwhile, and we're going to be back to a 5v5 at the moment. You'd expect to see Q rushing in here as fast as he can with that crit, see if he can get something done, but I think the Uber's going to be up in time for Brutalix, so he should be able to counter that out relatively easily. Going to be Faith. They have spotted out that crit, so the Uber is popped by Brutalix. Looks like they're going to be sending Faith forward with that Uber, trying to do something with that, but Epps has found himself right behind Brutalix. Surely Brutalix is going to go down here. Epps basically going suicide bomber mode, takes himself out in the meanwhile, but certainly did a lot of damage to Q there. Somehow Q manages to live. I don't even know how he managed to get out of there.
Soldier, when he's called and rocket jumps at you, shoots a rocket, you press the space bar, you can fly into the distance away from where the soldier can reach you. So, pretty standard play from a comp medic. And he's very good, he's got extremely good class skills, so I expect nothing less of him. But yeah, Kritzkrieg is like, it's a very interesting choice on this map because you're so vulnerable, and it's only good if you want to like take advantage of the you know, the constant like push and pull like nature of the map, especially like if you're able to fall back after they've used this Uber to retake, and then, you know, try and use the Kritzkrieg advantage as quickly as possible.
Nice.
So, Q died heals. It'd be interesting to see if he swaps back to Uber.
Yeah, 1 minute left on the clock, and Brodogs has got a huge Uber advantage at the moment. What would you do here as Cash Money?
I feel like you just have to dry push and like try to get some like picks on people on the flank, or at least try to force the medic Uber really early, because there's not too much else you can do. Like you just have to, you just want to get the kills as quickly as you can before they get the Uber. So, and you know, Cash Money's managed to succeed at that. They've got a couple of kills already. They got 3 players before they even like decided to go into it. So
Yeah, so Masif looking to kind of push back here. They don't have an Uber to work with. Q's going to be at 80%, so he's counting down, looking at his watch, waiting for that timer to come up, but Geo managed to take out a couple. He's dominating a few people as well, so that's going to go once again in the favour of Cash Money. There's 30 seconds left here. Rather Masif, 30 seconds left for Cash Money to recapture this one. They've got the crits out, Prime doing a ton of damage with that, as well as Termo, and looks like it's going to be almost a team down for Masif, and again, we're going to be rotating the capture over.
yep, so it's really what happened there like earlier was that people were able to just go forward, force the enemy team, and then like the medic was able to survive, and then they just used the group's advantage to just prevent the opposition from, you know, being able to hold the point. So get a couple of kills with it. You don't need to get key targets, you just need to get any kills at all really. So now, but the crits is now hard to defend with because bombers actually are really, really good at that, at just killing medics when they don't have a invulnerability button on mouse too.
Yeah, Soul jumping onto Q there, wasn't really able to connect with too much. Q surviving on about 28 HP, and it looks like it's going to be Massive Saturdays having the run of the kills at the moment. Zaka, though, takes down Faith, so equalizing it a little bit, and the capture not really there at the moment for Massive. They don't have Soul or Realm for these classes. Like Geo's going to be the one to push forward, managed to take down one. No, actually, that was Brutalix takes down Zaka with a shot from the crossbow. Madness finds himself one onto Termo, but few kills coming out across the board for both teams. It's going to be Q finding himself another crossbow kill. Definitely doesn't want to be shown up there by Brutalix. The Uber is there though for Brutalix, should he decide to go for it. He's kind of trying to hold on to it at the moment, and it looks like they're going to be able to cap without popping that Uber at all. So a pretty good situation they found themselves in.
It's really, like, this is going to be really hard for Cash Money to come back from because the other team is super advantage and they're in, like, good positions to defend against Suiciders now. So I don't like Cash Money's position here. Their best bet is just to try to get some kills on the flank and then hope they can, like, fight after the Uber's worn out. Yep,
not going to
that's
happen.
Saturday's win.
Right, so 2-1 now in favour of Masif. So certainly not something I guess we would have expected coming out so far, but we'll see what happens in the next few rounds.
Yeah, Massive Saturdays, they've been practicing really hard, and like there's a lot of experienced people on like Cash Money's team, but you know, it just shows you just how much, like, you know, just putting lots and lots of effort into the game can help. So
Primed going for a bomb here. He's behind everyone, doing a ton of damage. The rest of his teammates going to be cleaning things up. He even, oh, I almost thought he went out, managed to get out of there alive, but Faith cleans him up. In the end, though, it doesn't matter. He managed to do what he needed to do, got the damage out, and everyone else cleaned up behind him.
So was it? They're both running Uber charge again? Yeah. Okay. So it's even Ubers here. I'm expecting like either the red team the forward hold, but they don't play us up yet. Nah. So they're just going to try push and try and take it with the spawn advantage. Let's see how this fight goes.
Well, Soul with a big pick there onto Termo, though. Geo managed to take down Zaka as well, so things not looking too good here for Cash Money. A dry push, as you call it, I think, was very successful for Masif there.
Yeah, it's called a dry push because both teams, whenever their Uber charge is active, I don't know, it's just a term that's been around for a very long time.
Yeah. Certainly worked out for Masif there.
Yep. So, but now the red team's able to just try and... Did Blue actually use their Uber? I don't think they did. No,
they've got full Uber charge.
Massive, so Cash Money has to try to go in there, force the Uber, and then just see if they can win post-Ubers. So, red team just popped their Uber, so Cash is coming in again. And
Yeah,
these
blue
solo
team's
Ubers
going to run
on
out
demo
pretty
is
quick
really
though.
hard.
Okay. Demo picks up Geo. Zaka as well picks himself up. One is traded out by Realm, but this looks like it's going to be going the way of Cash Money at the moment. Hugh is going to be doing his best to heal up his team. Having said that, Madness and Soul pick themselves up one apiece and turn the tables once again in the favour of Massive Saturday. So very back and forth fights coming out. at the moment. We'll see if Prime can find anything from the flank here. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to do too much. Zaka trying to get aggressive onto the point, but probably not going to be able to find too much on his own there.
Yeah, so like where the blue team is holding is like really good for like suicides and stuff, and like they're making sure to cover all the chokes, so it's really difficult for like the place actually coming against you. There we go, very good.
He was very low and got jumped, I think, by Epps, perhaps it was, but doesn't matter. Someone took him out, and that's going to be the capture there for the 2 scouts from Cash Money. They're going to be trying to clean up. Who's that? I think that's Realm. Yeah, it is. Yuki takes him down. Not too easy to defend against the scout as a demo.
Yeah. So both medics died there, so I'm expecting Q to come up crits Krieg so they can grind it in time and be able to defend the point with crits. So, and the blue team probably won't expect that either, so we'll see how that goes. What did he go? No, he stayed with
He's stayed many.
Okay.
Alright, well, Soul picks up Prime there. So the player advantage already in the favour of Masif Saturday at the moment. Geo takes down Turmo. Faith is now dominating Turmo as well. Faith certainly doing a pretty decent job on this map so far. Madness, I guess, was the one to carry Masif Saturday through their last match, but Faith coming up huge so far this game. Takes down Zaka as we speak.
Yeah, so I feel like Turmo's having a bit of an off game, or the other player, blue team's just reacting and just knows that these Ubers are just going to be really focused on Turmo himself, so they're just trying really hard to make sure that they just don't get in situations where Turmo can just team down by himself. So we'll see how like the dry push goes along here. Alright, so red team being Ubered into. See, now we've got a solo Uber on Turmo, and everybody's gone, and this left, he has no shots to take, so...
Soul going aggressively there. He's on 6 HP. How long could he survive? Not too long is going to be the answer. Yuki takes him down in the end. We'll see if Cash Money can retake this. There's only 30 seconds left to play with.
So I think that like Masif Saturdays are just playing really, really well. They're just doing an incredibly good job of being able to make sure that Turmo doesn't get any picks during the Uber charges, and that the scouts on the flanks aren't getting behind and getting kills. So.
Geo going to try and stop the cap here. He does successfully do so, but is taken down. Don't think he's going to be able to do much more from here because the cap goes over to Cash Money at the moment. Soul went aggressively. He actually took down Q.
Yeah, it was very good play by Soul. So, like, if you jump one soldier, everyone's going to look at the soldier, and then if you jump a second one, like a few seconds later, everybody's going to be focusing on the first soldier. So you get very easy rockets, and you'll probably get 3 or 4 rockets off by the time they're actually able to deal with you. So.
Yeah, and we're going to see Cash Money basically suiciding on the point in desperate hopes to pick up a capture, but not going to be the case. In the first half, going over to Masif Saturdays, 3-1.
Yeah, maybe I underestimated Masif Saturdays. They're just playing incredibly good, and I feel like the solo Ubers on Turmo aren't like working out too well. But I'm surprised that Red Team haven't switched it up and tried running like snipers or something a bit different. So,
well, I tell you what, if you had have heard how confident Brutalix was a couple of nights ago, you'd probably be thinking, you know what, that sounds about right for Masif Saturday. But certainly still got another half to go on this map, and certainly as well got a couple more maps after this as well. So we'll see how they go in those ones.
Yep. But yeah, it's been very stock standard. Both teams, like crits is a little unusual on Viaduct, but obviously Cash Money has said, okay, we just want to be able to grind this before the other team gets it because we're already in an Uber situation. But the lack of snipers or heavies, or it just seems a little different. Everyone just understands, alright, we're going to play our core classes and we're just going to beat the other team by just playing this game as it should be played.
We haven't seen too many snipers or anything like that coming out. I mean, Yuki really is the only one that comes to mind from that first half. Do you reckon we might see a few more in this half?
I feel like just on like general like class skills, we've got logs. That's brilliant. Thank you, Brodogs. So let's have a look at how people did on the first half. So, and who carried the teams.
I pulled up a few pretty big damage numbers. Top scored, but Realm and Faith seem to be kind of the ones to follow up behind him, and the team effort proves to be stronger than the solo, I guess.
Yeah, so Geo takes an incredible amount of heals, but he's able to dish out a lot of like punishment to people that come and contest him. So he's doing a really good job with 360 DPM there. So you can see that that's where the majority of the heals go for like the blue team. But and Turmo is also incredible, and he like edges out on like the DPM over Geo as well. He's Demo Man, so you kind of expect that. But anyway, looks like both teams are rolling out. So we'll see how this rollout goes.
Alright, both of them look like they're going to be using the Uber charge. It's perhaps not a surprise. Pride, though, picking up the first kill of the half, is going to take down Soul. Madness trades him out there, though, relatively quickly. So, soldier for a soldier so far, and it's 5v5 at the moment. Capture point is now enabled. It's going to be all in the favour of Masif Saturday at the moment. They've got 3 numbers on the cap, and a lot of time on there at the moment, but not quite able to, I guess, translate that into an entire captured point. Yuki stopping the cap a little bit, doing a little bit of annoying work there. Faith, though, takes him out in the end. The Ubers are going to be popping. I think Q just dropped. I'm not 100% sure, but it sounded like he did. I wasn't quite watching him.
I'm pretty sure that he was just smashing mouse 2 a lot because he was at 99%. Even though it says he died at 100% Uber, he's just, you know, sometimes it's just really bad luck and you're just so close to it, he just doesn't, you know, register the command. So it's just really bad luck by Q. At the same time, really good timing by the enemy soldier that jumped him. So
certainly a huge play from whoever took him down and going to allow them to capture that point up.
Yep, so blue team have 100% Uber advantage here, so there might be, it's probably just going to be a dry push from the red team here, like that you don't want to be doing suicides on Viaduct. That's a very outmoded way of thinking, because if you suicide you just waste 30 seconds waiting for your respawns, so.
Of course, it's going to be Epps, no, that was Soul jumping in there. Epps is the one to take him down, primed, takes down Brutalix as well, so the Uber advantage now going to be in the favour of Cash Money.
So did he drop Uber there, or?
No, he didn't have Uber up.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Easy
Cash
cap.
Money capped the point with all their players up pretty much, so. So blue team are going to be grinding hard because they know that, you know, red team's going to have Uber, and, you know, maybe they'll try to dry push this, but it's kind of difficult to dry push when you don't have Uber yet, so you might see some suicides, but like the scout here running onto the point, soldier, there we go, just dry pushing him like you'd expect them to, so try and force him out a bit early.
Soul managed to pop the Uber there, and it's going to be a pretty good situation at the moment for Massive Saturday. In fact, they've traded 1 for 1, and it looks like the Uber's going to be disappearing now. Faith taken down there by Yuki. So, looks like Prime has found himself in a decent position as well. Going to have to back out here, though. Geo doing some work trying to get him out of there. The point still in the favour of Cash Money. We're waiting now for Massive Saturday to decide when they want to push in.
Yep, so hopefully we can just... Oh, and poor Brutalix. How high was he? Do you know what percentage he had?
85-ish.
Yeah, it's just, it's really difficult because the players in this, they just don't miss their shots. They're just really good at the game, and, you know, it's just really difficult, like, as a medic, to understand where you should be standing when people will just, you know, they just think...
They hit everything.
They hit everything, so... Yeah, bad luck to Brutalix, unfortunately, but still, they managed to capture... The Cash Money came back in and managed to retake the point again, so... Let's see what happens.
Soul going for that famous bomb once again. Epps going to be chasing him down. He's going to manage to pick up the health kit there and probably going to get out. But in the meanwhile, while that chase was going on, tons of kills go across 3 in the favour of each team. I think it was Zaka, though. He's going to be the one to clean it up. Epps finds himself 1 onto Faith as well. And I think the Uber proving to be too powerful at the moment for Massive Saturday to deal with.
Yep, so, but at least they forced the Uber charge, so Brutalix's team should be able to push back in with Uber advantage now, so...
It looks like they're relatively even Ubers, actually. See if he's running quick fix... No, I think he's running normal Uber.
No, yeah, he is. Normal Uber. But
not
like...
quick fix, rather. Blitzkrieg is what I meant to say, but doesn't matter. Zaka going to find Faith there, and Yuki is taken down by Madness, who is sort of coming into his own a little bit more in this second half. Faith dropping down on the scoreboard a little bit. Prime going to be jumping onto Brutalix here, and I think Brutalix is in deep trouble at the moment. He's on his own. Managed to find himself a health kit though, so he's relatively healthy. But again, the fight goes in the favour of Cash Money, and perhaps they're rallying a little bit in this second half.
Yep. You'll find it like, maybe the players are a little rusty at the first, like, just as soon as they start playing the match, but like, when you're behind, I find that the experience kicks in and people are just able to come in and just pick up the game and play it at world-class level, so...
Anyway. Just popped. Like, Brutalix has got a huge Uber advantage at the moment. Geo is going to take control of the entire map, pretty much, taking down a couple or 2 or 3 people there as that Uber fades off him. Good advantage at the moment for Massive Saturday.
So Cash Money had a couple of players die before the Uber charges are popped, and unfortunately, like on this map, you have to wait for your respawns. They're a lot longer if you're the defending team, and yeah, So people just went around picking off the rest of the players. And Q had nobody with him when he fell out to the bottom left.
Brodogs might be in trouble here. Yeah, he is. Taken down by Primes.
Oh, that was a very interesting play. Did Q die as well there?
Yeah, he did, but he's going to respawn about 8 seconds faster, so...
Yeah, so he'll definitely have, like, Uber advantage. Oh, we're running a heavy now. Yuki's heavy. This is very interesting. So...
On a retake, that's interesting.
I don't think it's so bad it's on a retake. I just think that because people are going to bomb the medic, the heavy's a really good choice because they know that Q is Uber advantage, so just one-upping the opposition.
And no one going to be able to do too much damage though. Madness, I don't know what the rest of Cash Money was doing, but he managed to get about 4 or 5 free shots onto Yuki there and take him down. But in the end, taken down as well. Q still alive, so huge Uber advantage at the moment, and 14 seconds left on the cap point. You don't expect to see Masif being able to do too much here.
Yeah, so, like, even though Yuki died, the fact that, there was like 450 health to deal with on it meant that it took Madness a very long time to kill anything, so...
Wow, okay. That was a huge play.
Yeah, okay. Very good, getting a pick on Q. Maybe a little overconfident, but Yuki's come back in. He's going to try and get a couple of, like, shots off on people.
Well, let's see what he can do. I mean, he's on his own, and it's going to be pretty difficult for him trying to hide behind the sign there. Madness takes him down. And now, everything in the favour of Masif Saturdays. A bit of a clutch there from Sol, taking down Q, but it looks like Cash Money, they've got a little bit of time to work with, but they're definitely not going to have Uber up in time.
Yeah, so I'm not sure that you're going to have to dry push this, even though the other team's like getting pretty close to having Uber charge. Yeah, so there's no way to. It's just going to have to come down to DM and just fighting people and seeing how it goes. So blue team have used the Uber on the point. People have to stay alive and then retake in. So because they've got some time on the cap, so they should be able to get back in there and retake if the players spawn in time. So they just got to call the same targets and take the same shots. So and Realm hits a wonderful pipe. So. We'll see if the soldiers can get in and do anything, and they're denied. I think that's the first map. Massive Saturdays.
4-1, I think, was the score, or 4-2?
4-1.
4-1 in the end, so well, a little bit of a surprising result there for you, geomanis.
Oh yeah, I guess maybe I just overestimated all the older players.
I certainly wouldn't talk down to you for that, because, those are some pretty big names that you would expect to be doing pretty well, but... I mean, I was speaking to Brodogs, I think, a little bit before the stream started, and he was telling me about how they played last season, but they weren't able to pick up a win, and it was basically this Massive Saturday team that actually managed to take out the Division 1 last season as well.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm just really proud of Massive Saturdays for taking people down. So, like, there's a couple of people in Massive Saturday's team that are just, like, extremely skilled players that have been around for a very long time with a world of experience. So Sol's played for Mad Dogs, like the very first competitive Team Fortress 2. So that was he's been around for a very long time, longer than me even. So and I'm pretty old myself. So and like Madness has been around since like early in the very first few like seasons of Owl, and Faith and Realm they're pretty stalwart as well. So Brutalix and Geo a bit like newer names, but they're still incredibly skilled players. So but yeah, Sol must have like trained these guys up and got them straight into having the right attitude and just nutting down this game. So anyway, it looks like we got the statistics up. Is that right?
That is correct. I can see them.
What do you think about the scores here so far on this?
Well, I mean, Geo coming up pretty huge in that second half, and of course Madness. He's I mean, I've heard tell that he's perhaps the best scout in Div 1 at the moment, or previously last season. So certainly not a surprise to see him up there in the top of the scoreboard as well.
Looks like Yuki was angering a little bit in that game, unfortunately. 2 for 8's a little scary, actually, with only 250 DPM. You can compare it to Madness's 400. Madness is certainly pulling his own weight there. Whether that's because of good play from Sol and shutting down the scouts and doing anything, or maybe Yuki's just not getting enough love from Q, so who knows.
Well, Yuki was on heavy for a little bit as well. I don't know if that would have impacted the stats too much.
Well, if we look at the heal spread, looks like most of the people on the red team are getting around pretty equivalent heals. So they did change a bit. They did move away from Turmo and started like healing the pocket a bit more. So Epps moved more into actual pocket instead of the 2 Roma style that I think we used to see before. So, but yeah, how's the people going on Granary? They're getting ready.
Looks like we're missing a couple of players from Masif. Or at least they're in the server, but they're in the spectator at the moment.
Yeah.
Might be grabbing a drink.
Alright, so I've got some statistics about what people think are going to actually... who's going to win, who's going to lose, so... So, Brodogs, can you bring that up?
I'm not sure if he is... may or may not be AFK.
Yep, so... I think a lot of people coming into this game like thought that Cash Money would, pretty easily take it. So you see, it's an 88% chance of Cash Money being able to win compared to Massive Saturdays. So I think there's a lot of people just underestimated exactly what was going on. So
yeah, well, certainly some interesting results coming out here so far. Let's go for a bit of a prediction here. On Granary, what do you reckon we're going to see?
I think that like Soul is an incredible Roma, and like I still think Epps and Prime are like better soldiers than like Geo and Soul, unfortunately. So, and this map is, when it comes down to it, at the end, it's a very, very soldier heavy map. So it'll be interesting to see what both teams do at the middle point, and especially when like it's just this map's been played so long. I think the experience just from the players on the Cash Money team will just come out and show.
Alright, well I'm going to put my money on Masif then, just for argument's sake, and they did pick up the first map, so certainly got an easier job of the next 2 maps. Should we go to a 3rd map?
No, I think it very well could, so I'd actually enjoy that.
Would be pretty sick to see a 3rd map.
See, Viaduct's a really scout-heavy map, so I think that Saka and Yuki are getting outclassed by, Madness and Faith, so... But on this map, I feel like the soldiers will have the edge for Cash Money, so...
Did I hear some ready up sounds?
I think you did. I don't know which team readied up, but it just looked like it was blue team. 2 snipers still on their team, so...
Alright, well we're going to have to waffle on a little bit more.
Yeah, fair enough. So, but how do you like the outfits that both players, all the players in each team are wearing?
Hats and that. Well,
yeah.
I actually, let's have a look around and have a look what we're wearing tonight. I haven't played a lot of TF2 of late, so I'm not in with all the new hats, but I think it was Q. He looks pretty swag to me with that beard.
I feel like, yeah, Q is a very interesting hood thing. It's rather nice. You do
I think there's a Professor's specs as well.
Both scouts on Yuki's team Cash Money, they're wearing no cosmetics whatsoever, so that they can't be distinguished on rollouts. And I think the soldiers are fairly different because it's pretty obvious who's Roma and who's not. So, but anyway, we've readied up. So take us to the rollout.
All right, let's take a look here at well, let's see. Somebody Realm, that'll be a good one to go for. How he goes on this rollout. Be jumping across there. Chuck a few stickies over. I think he was actually quite a bit earlier than Turmo in mid there. Turmo went for a garage though, so perhaps that was why. It looks like the rest of the guys from Cash Money are going to come through garage as well. Faith picks up Zaka early on in the piece, and it's going to be Epps going down to Geo as well. So these strong mid fights that we spoke about coming out and paying dividends so far from Masif. It's going to be careful though, or you'll have to be careful if you are Brutalix, and then he managed to stay safe, and the aggressive push coming out here before the point has even been capped is going to come out here from the Massive Saturday guys.
So both teams will be able to defend second. Red had Uber advantage because they were grinding the entire time, so the blue team should be able to get it.
Oh, Brutalix, he's in trouble. What's he on? 99?
100%.
Oh.
It was very, very close, but yeah, now the blue team are going to run in with Uber advantage and try to get a pick on the medic, so we'll see if Q manages to stay alive and get out. So
Yeah, Termo wasn't quite able to connect with the pain train there, but Epps
Epps taking...
Picks up 2, Prime jumps in as well, picks up Realm. So a pretty good hold there. From what looked like it could be a pretty dangerous situation there for Cash Money.
Yep, so it was, you may have noticed that like Cash Money had Uber way before the blue team did. So the medic on middle wasn't healing for as long as he like could have been, and blue team didn't grind for about 5-10 seconds, and that made the difference. Brutalics got stuck on 97%, and yeah, just also a solo Uber on Termo again in a choke point like that against like it's like I imagine a whole team would just be expects everyone else to just run back to last and defend last of Uber. So it just worked out very well for Cash Money.
Alright, so Uber advantage largely in the favour of Cash Money off the back of that. See what they do decide to go for when they push here onto second. Gonna probably check for some sticky traps, and indeed they do. None there though, not too much. Gonna be Termo on the point first. He's playing with fire. The Uber is gonna come out here for Q. Epps is gonna take down Madness, and it looks like Cash Money just going to be able to force Massive Saturday out here, but Epps is going to push in here, try and get a few picks for himself. Manages to take down Geo, so that's not too bad. Solo. Oh no, he didn't manage to do too much at all. I think Primed took him down there. Faith managed to take down Primed in response though, and the capture is not really going to be there for Cash Money. It's going to be Q, and surely he's going to go down here. He's only on 70 HP. It actually looks like they're going to decide not to chase him down, and probably a wise decision because the respawners came in there for Cash Money.
Yep. So if you got the pick on the Q, that would have been really good. But it's really risky when you're playing against like a Div 1 medic because they're competent. They can hit their bullets, and if you're like really low on health, all it takes is some long range pistol shots from the scouts or just the rocket where you're expecting to run. You'll just get picked. And then Cash Money, they're good enough to know, okay, we got player advantage, even one player advantage. We're going to push this flank, or we're going to go take ground because they can't deal with us. So. Anyway, Cash are falling out of the middle.
And Faith going pretty ham here. Realm, though, is the one to pick up the kills. Epps and Termo go down. It's going to be Madness dueling here up against Zaka, who's on 9 HP. The Uber comes up, though. Yuki, of that, picking up Faith's soul. Takes out the medic, though. That's going to be a big deal, and basically the rest of the team for Cash Money going to capitulate off that. Be Prime the only one alive.
Yep, so pushing in the middle with Uber advantage like that it's rather difficult because you got to keep track of like so many different players, and like often you'll just drop them when you just don't mean to. Even the best medics make mistakes, and like especially when there's like line of sight problems going outside that door and all like walking around the boxes and stuff. It's just really difficult unless you push them from above. So
alright, we'll see what Massive Saturday managed to do with this Uber advantage they've got. They've decided not to push it too hard just yet.
I think we have a pause here because Gio's going to get a rocket into his face. Probably die to it. So
I almost thought I disconnected, but there's a pause.
That's okay. So I imagine that one of the players is either dropped from the game or is timing out or something. So and hopefully it's Gio because he's the one that's most likely to die. Yeah, just rejoin us and be alive.
See what happens here.
Yeah. But anyway, Cash Money, like, they've just been just losing like 1 or 2 players, and in Massive Saturdays they're just like taking advantage of that and just running around behind them and just getting kills. And like, it was really unfortunate that Termo wasn't able to get the kill on Brutalix, so like earlier in the game, but they were still able to retake. So
yeah. So if you were Massive Saturday here, would you be Ubering in, or would you try to be pushing in without using that Uber?
So, like, looking at Gio's health, there's no way I'd want to Uber him in. I want him to stay alive. And then probably, like, push in, like, we don't... Both teams are... But no, Red team has Uber disadvantage at the moment, so yep. I'd probably just want to getting 2 scouts and going through the Z connector and just running at the enemy team, so... But, like, I think you might be able to just get away with just bullying people off the point, so...
See, Madness is kind of heading over in that direction, but Faith would be pretty keen to go through main.
Yeah, well, we'll see what Faith wants to do, but might have been a little outdated running 2 scouts to Z connector. It's pretty obvious. So, but if you can just manage to capture this point without using Uber, and you can just like use the Uber for last point, especially if you can just roll on with it. But
yeah,
like the whole point, what like Q and like the rest of Cash Money are doing at the moment is just waiting on seconds to be able to, you know, just delay the blue team as long as they can, and then fall back to last and hold it with Uber advantage. It's like with Badlands, so.
See what they'll be able to do. Primed is going to be respawning quickly for them as well, so they'll have a fairly strong, I guess, full roster on this second, but it's going to be whether or not they can hold up against that Uber, which is going to be the main question. Is there any sticky traps? No, not at the moment.
Yeah,
but that's interesting.
Tomo's put all these sticky traps he's just placing them up now. There's a couple of around stick feeding, that's probably how Geo got low on health in the first place. And there he goes, poor Geo, he's been picked.
Rest in peace, Geo.
Yeah. So we'll see what people decide to do. They're pushing on the left yard. They know they've got to go pick, and we'll see. Oh, everybody's sliding around for me now.
Yeah, I'm not saying Brodogs on 57 HP needs to be a little careful of all the spam that he's taking. Tomo takes down Madness. Not sure if that was with the sticky trap or just a nice little...
Yeah, just a sticky trap on the door, so... But blue team here know that they're not able to get any, take anything because everyone's just standing in a really good position. So poor Massive Saturdays, yeah. Losing Geo really cost them.
You're going to have to push back here. It's going to be Sol taking the brunt of the damage. He's going to get out of there pretty okay. Geo, though, trying to do his best to defend that. He's going to get some heals from Brodogs as he does so. The pop comes out here from Q and another pause, it appears.
So,
let's have a look at this rocket.
Is it in the trajectory of hitting Sol or somebody?
I think it's hitting Madness.
Madness will survive this rocket, I'm pretty sure. He's on 160.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet that he'll probably be safe from that one as well.
Yes, and it's also not going to hit him directly because I'm sure that he's not going to move right into it. So
the intricacies of TF2 analysis here for you folks.
Madness staring that bullet down, but we'll see what happens. Brodogs might be able to get out as well. So Geo held really close at that choke point to force the red team to actually Uber to commit to get the middle point. So if everybody just chickened out and ran away, then there's not very much. The red team they still have the Uber advantage and they're still able to just retake and take second now. So it's definitely worth losing Geo in that situation, or Sol, or whoever else is there. So.
Yeah, alright. Well, Brodogs, to me it looks like he should be able to get out of here alive, I would say. And then that's going to allow a bit of a Uber advantage that Masif can potentially use to repush. They're not going to get off in this fight that will happen as soon as we unpause here.
Yeah, so I think Brodogs might... But the rocket might actually be going for Brodogs, so we'll see if he's able to get out in time. But, it's just, with a scout running into garage, how long is left on the Uber? 22%, so they're probably not going to be able to force too many players into garage, so hopefully Brodogs will get out. That's interesting about, you can just, pause the game for a while and be like, oh, this is what all these people are doing. It's going to be really interesting. Who knows what's going to... Oh, then, what happened?
There we go. The unpause comes out. Brodogs did manage to get out in the end there. Geo finds himself one, and Sol as well survives, so certainly not what we expected. Zaka is going to find out. Oh! Takes down Brodogs. Sick aim coming out there. Faith takes him down.
Very good shots from Zaka, but...
Yeah, that's disappointing for Brodogs.
Yeah, he nearly had Uber then. Well, he's at 50%. He would have been able to retake with it, so the red team have Uber advantage once again and grind it up and get ready to retake when their players spawn. So, but what happened is everybody was on Massive Saturdays was watching the far right choke and up top, and then when people started falling back, Zaka was able to run around, and hit people on the sides. So, yeah.
Looks like the reason for the pause was perhaps Eps's internet the best at that point in time, but it looks like we're going to see Massive Saturday pushing in here, trying to pop the Uber, and they do succeed in doing so. Sol is going to take down Tomo as well, so a decent result so far for them as long as they don't get picked off too hard. Both their solis are down though, so it's going to make defending this mid relatively difficult. Realm is going to do his best. Faith picks up Yuki, the bomb comes in here. I think that was Eps, and potentially Primed as well, who took down Brodogs and Realm combined. Prime takes down Madness as well, so certainly not what you would have wanted to see if you were Massive Saturday.
No, not at all. So, red team are going to be able to cap this, but they noted there's a scout going around. Yeah, so it's if you get teams down, what do you think the best option is if you're a scout or a soldier, last player alive? Do you think you should be bombing the opposition, trying to force the Uber advantage, or should you stay alive?
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'd try to pop the Uber, but having said that, my mind is probably not the greatest of TF2 minds, so I wouldn't put much faith in that.
Yeah, well, it all depends really on the situation, but generally, unless, like, the majority of the time, you'll find that everybody in Div 1 is aware that, okay, they're going to be jumping me this time, let's keep our medic alive. So, going for a suicide is, like, fundamentally just not going to work when everybody else is expecting it, so...
Uber going to come out here onto last. Brutalix is on 75%, so he's very close to getting that Uber, but it doesn't matter. Turmo picks him up with a, I think it was a double sticky or perhaps a pipe and a sticky, but in the end, Turmo comes up huge on this last point, picks himself up 3 kills. Yuki finds 2, and that's going to be the first round going to Cash Money in a pretty long, sort of drawn-out battle.
Yep, so Uber advantage versus no Uber at last point. It was pretty well decided as soon as Cash Money walked in there. So, but let's see how this rollout goes. So I'd like to watch the Demo Men perspectives again because Termo got beaten by Mental Realm to middle point, so last round.
Termo managed to get back there.
I think it's a pick straight onto Realm, so I'd expect Massive Saturdays to just get out and not even contest here if we lose the demo that early.
I don't think they agree with you. They're going to jump in. Sol got taken down as well, so it was a 4v6 from the start. They've made at least a couple of kills from it, but they lose Brutalix as well. Faith is going to go down here as well. I think what happened there was Realm didn't quite manage to pick up his health kit in time and took a sticky to the face and died. So that was unfortunate.
Yeah, it was a very good play by Termo, keeping his medic alive. He didn't go forward hunting frags down, and like the scout stayed with the medic as well. They knew that as soon as they got that pick on the demo, they just needed to sit there and keep their medic alive because they're just going to inevitably win middle from the damage that Termo outputs. So I'm expecting Massive Saturdays to probably lose this despite the utilities, unless they get a headshot on the Q or something like that. So let's see, let's watch the sniper's perspective, Madness, and see what he gets.
Have a look. Be watching left side, but it looks like it's going to be the right side that's going to be the one they're going to all come out of, and the Uber has popped, so no headshot onto Q for him right now. And Prime takes out the sentry gun, so that's a big deal as well. Let's see what Prime can do here, jumping on towards the point, still staying up on the pipe. Zaka taken down, but Prime takes out Geo. I think, yeah, Prime's going to crater there, taken down by Madness. Tomo is going to take out Brutalix though, and the hold from Massive Saturday.
Yeah, it was a very good fallback. So the sentry gun delayed like for a very long time, and like unfortunately using the Uber that early, you have to spend like 5-6 seconds of it actually trying to run towards the opposition to get any frags in the first place. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened, is you just couldn't get to anybody deal any damage before like Uber wore out. So anyway, both teams have got Uber charged again, I believe. So
Geo goes in there, takes out Prime, but is traded out there by Tomo.
Brutalix doesn't have Uber at this stage, so...
No, he's 4%. Here, the Uber's going to come out here by Q. The threat of the sniper not there, so he can delay his Uber a little bit before he gets close enough to do some damage with that, and this is looking pretty bad for Madness. Someone, not Madness, Massive rather, someone going to have to come up huge. Going to have to be Madness or Sol here. It's not going to be Madness. Sol, the only man alive, is indeed taken down as well, and 0-2. That entire round was pretty much decided by that one pick on mid.
Yep. So it was just like very, very good play by like Termo. There's a reason that everybody considers him one of the best men in the world. So, and unfortunately, Mental Realm like pre-stickied the wrong area, and Termo's just varying it up a bit. So let's have a look and see what Prime does on rollout. It'll be a bit interesting because I'd like to see the Rome's perspective.
See if we can find Primed in the middle of the fight here. Let's see, where is he? He's gonna jump up here onto the red crates. It's going to be a huge, I guess, jump up there by Epps. Got shot up by, I think, by Primed, and is going to crater off the back of that. Faith and Madness, the two scouts picking themselves up a kill. Realm is taken down by Primed, who picks himself up 2 kills, in fact.
Yep, so Primed went behind, nobody like went and dealt with him, and he jumped up top and got a pick on the medic and the demo man. So I'd be surprised if Blue Team are actually even able to cap this point here, so... Well, some very good shots coming in by Madness, trying to get rid of pick on Tomo.
Taken down
Sol
in
trying
the
to force the Uber as well.
See what they do here now. The Uber advantage hugely in the favour of Cash Money, as has been pretty much the story of this map so far. They've pretty much always been the ones to have that Uber advantage. Brutalix desperately trying to grind his up though.
They're trying really hard. It's just really difficult to hold, like, middle point, you can actually hold it fairly well against, like, Uber advantage, because it's very easy to fall out. It's very hard line of sight, you know, to actually take shots on people, so... But you'll notice that the red team hasn't actually had to pop their Uber yet, so... They're just going to capture middle for free and get free picks in the process and probably roll the last, because blue team aren't going to get their players up in time to defend second, so...
13 seconds there on Faith and Madness. Certainly going to be difficult for them to hold this second point. They are going to have Uber at least, though, for their last point, unless they decide to try to hold second with their Uber.
Well, with 2 scouts down, you're able to just walk upstairs behind in the flank, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Primed or, like, the other players start doing, so... Alright, Sol, I don't know what happened there. Yeah.
Looks like the scouts have arrived on second, but Geo takes down Prime, so... Oh, the Uber coming out here into Yard, I think this is what it's called. Epps is going to be Ubered there as he hits about 90 HP from Q, so nice from him to hold off on that, and that's going to allow him to get in here with no trouble at all. Yuki takes down Brutalix, Realm trades out Epps, but in the end it was pretty much off the back of Q that they were able to get in here. It's going to be Yuki trying to do what he can there. He's going to be taking down Zaka, though, comes in for the cleanup. Surely going to be able to take out Realm here as well. That's a 3 kills for him in a row. Can he find something else? No, Sol trades him out, but the point going to go over again to Cash Money.
Yeah, Zaka played that really well. He went behind to the medic because nobody was watching the flank because the 2 scouts are dead. Had a couple of shots in the back. That's why Blue had to use Uber in Courtyard. Couldn't really do anything. It was a really bad situation for Blue to use Uber. And then Red pushed in with you, like the Uber ad they had, and just, you know, managed to get kills and frags. So it's good. But we're seeing a sniper here from Cash Money. It'd be a bit interesting when they're trying to retake so close. So.
Yeah. See, Primed up there on the top isn't going to do too much dropping down. Going to kill himself, I think, onto Geo. Epps trying to keep that point alive, but it looks like Madness is going to be coming aggressively here in towards the red team. Not going to be able to do too much. Realm takes down Q, so that's pretty important. No heals for them. Termo is taken down as well. The sniper, that was Yuki, taken down by Madness as well. But oh wow, Primed and Zaka coming in here huge. Primed have been having a pretty good map so far from what I can tell.
Yep. So all these protracted fights, if you just wait long enough, eventually players can come from different angles you're not expecting and just get the kills. And Primed and Zaka came from up top when everyone else was getting ready to run forward. They got the drop on people and they got the kills, so... But now, like, unfortunately Q got picked there because he walked into a pipe, but, like, at this, it's really difficult to roll it all. People just get shot around there, so... And we're at another pause? No, just a lag spike.
Just a bit of lag.
Yep. So, Cash Money, both teams have lost 2 players. You'll earn 4 players down for Master Says at the moment. And there we go. That's the half.
Certainly looking like your prediction of an easy granary for Cash Money is going to be the case, judging by that first half.
Yeah, so the players playing for you know, Cash Money are just very experienced. They've been around for such a long time. The granaries are a really old map, so yeah.
They've been having the way of games so far. I feel like Q has been alive a lot more than Brutalix, so we'll have to see. We'll have to wait for the logs, but I feel like he's been managing to keep himself alive, or his team has been managing to keeping him alive a bit better, yeah. And that's really paid dividends for them so far.
Yep. So we've got a link to the logs now, so we'll have a look at those.
Load it up.
Yep, so...
Yeah, 3 deaths to 12.
Yeah, Q was protected significantly better than Brutalix in this game, but you got to consider that a lot is frags for like post-game frags, and I think people actually... Are they rolling out now? Yeah, they're rolling out, so... Oh, no, I'm stupid. But, no, so... And what is Brutalix's spawn as well? Like, back in the day, people used to suicide as a medic to get a better spawn so that they could like heal the demo easier. And Granary's one is map's notorious for it, so if Brutalix has to kill himself, you know, in those situations, that could lead to that.
Alright, are we rolling out now? It looks like we are. The Epps here. With his equalizer out? Still called the equalizer? No, it's called the escape plan, I think. I haven't played CF2 in such a long time.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it looks like Faith's going to try to get used to Winger to get up on top. So that's I really like that idea. Like, I don't see, I used to play back in the day when scouts would go catwalk and just run up the top there, but, yeah. Oh, Brutalix getting taken down and choked.
Wow. Lots of kills coming out here for Masif side. Geo the one to pick them up. And I mean, I've been impressed with his play. I've only watched 2 competitive Tier 2 games this season, and he's always been the one to pull up in the kill feed, and it's been exciting for me to follow his success over those 2 games.
Yeah, Gio's got incredibly good deathmatch, and it's like if you just give him the room he needs, the heals he needs, the supercharges he needs, he will perform and he'll get the job done. So it's the same for Termo as well. So both players are incredibly good, and they're the carries to their teams respectively. So yeah, it looks like we're retaking on second.
Yeah, Primed already has been taken down, but like Masif Saturday, not too keen to defend here. They're just trying to pop that Uber, which they have done. Q's going to force that one. The cap is not quite going to come out. That's going to be Faith jumping around there, or not jumping, but running around on the point, stopping it from being captured. But the retake is on, which is no surprise at all, considering the advantages that Masif Saturday have got in terms of players, and the Uber advantage now as well in the favour of Brodogs for perhaps the first time in the map. And they'll surely be able to roll onto last here. There is no sniper at the moment for those guys on cash money, and this looks like it's going to be fairly easy for Masif Saturdays if they manage to take out Thermo, who is very low, 69 HP. They're actually not quite getting the frags they need. Yes, they are now. They've picked up a couple. Faith takes down Yuki. Zaka is going to do his best to defend here. Epps is going to be the only one alive, though. And in the end, first round on the board for Masif of the map.
Yep, so what happened is Prime got killed on the flank, and then Soul saw that and was like, okay, I'm going to go up top and not jump onto the medic or drop down or anything, but just make sure that I'm going to just put a lot of pressure on them and make them having to choose between committing to me or dealing with the people on the point. And if you have that kind of hesitation in your team, you're bound to make mistakes. So.
Okay, so Termo beats Realm to mid slightly, but not really going to be able to do too much with it. Oh, Zakov on the flank here is going to take down Realm very easily. 2 meat shots to the face. Brutalix hasn't really got anyone to heal at the moment. He's onto Geo now, though, and this is not looking good at all for Masif Saturday. Soul manages to find himself a kill. Faith as well, but in the end, it's too little too late, and Cash Money roll through that mid very easily off the pick of that Demo Man.
Well, both players are actually going to be able to have Uber, and the Demo Man, yeah, Realms just respawned, so they should be able to defend second, so... Oh, no, yes, you're right, so I didn't see that, my bad.
I actually didn't catch that in the mid-fight either, so that's an interesting tidbit.
I would have imagined that Q probably got, picked in, Soldier for Blue to Roma. Soul ran into Garage, and then came up behind and shot a couple rockets in the Q's back. I thought he survived from that, but obviously not, so...
Well... matter anymore. It's going to be Masif Saturdays looking to push back here onto mid. Geo goes for a little bit of a straight up and down rocket jump. Oh, a bomb there onto Brutalix. He's down to 41 HP. He's pretty low, but hasn't popped just yet. So nice, I guess, control and balls from him to keep that one in the bank.
Yep. But everybody, when they were retaking, that was what they were expecting the Soldier to do. So, everybody was just prepared, and they're looking at the directions the Soldier could bomb from, and that's why he wasn't able to force the Uber in that situation, so...
So that should mean that we've got even Ubers here.
Yep, but Red Team, now they don't have their players up to be able to, deal with it. Zarka's only just spawned, so...
Momo certainly doing his best to defend this point. A few stickies out there by Realm, but they're not going to pose too much of a threat to the red team, who are kind of holding a little bit further back than where those stickies are. Zaka finds Faith, and it's a 6v5 rather. It's Counter-Strike roots playing a bit of a part there in terms of the numbers, but it doesn't matter. Faith and Zaka are the ones that are down at the moment, so 2 scouts.
Yep, so... maybe Master Saturdays are able to use this scout advantage and try to do something on the flank, but it looks like Primes and Yuki were able to get some picks on the side. Epps got taken down as well, unfortunately for them. But, yeah, people are trying to force
Brutalix is down.
Yuki goes straight into the face.
So 80% now. 4 Qs, surely they're going to push out into mid with this. I don't think there's going to be too much that Massive Saturdays are going to be able to do. They're going to, I guess, try and run in here. It looks like they're going to try and pop an Uber.
Yep.
Do have Madness behind, but he's been spotted and not going to happen.
Yep, so this is what I like to call lemmings. So everybody has the idea, okay, Ahmed died, we have Uber disadvantage, we're going to go in one at a time and try to force it. And yeah, if the other team is expecting it, then it's very difficult to actually be able to do anything there. So red team should be able to capture this without using Uber, because blue team weren't able to, have any they just don't have the players up to deal with it, and they're just not in a position to actually defend. So,
Brodogs and his combo gonna fall out. Looks like Geo just gonna tuck a few rockets in the direction of Cash Money as he departs, but isn't gonna do too much with those. Waiting for the respawners here from Masif Saturday, and this should be a pretty easy push in here for Cash Money if they go straight away before those respawners come in. It's going to be 4v6. It looks like that's what they're doing. They're actually Ubering in, and Geo is going to be the one for Brodogs to Uber, so they're going to fall back and wait for that Uber to disappear. As the fight ensues now, Zaka takes down Madness. Geo trades him out though, so Yuki finds Brodogs, and that's a big pick as well. Q is still alive. The heal's coming out here for Cash Money, and that really can only mean one thing. We're going to be seeing Cash Money come away with this. Surely, Epps is pretty low, but managed to pick himself up 2 kills already, and they'll be able to push in here relatively easily once they're all healed up.
Yeah, so they just, Cash Money just took it slow. They said, okay, we'll just go in there, force the Uber, and we'll try, because the scouts aren't up in position to deal with the flank hit, we'll just lick a couple of players behind, get some damage into them, and then just like use our heal advantage once we pick the medic. So Yuki also beast moded and got a couple of kills, but maybe he should have died, but otherwise it was a pretty standardized like Uber v Uber situation there. But now red team have Uberad and they're getting ready to push last from up top. So.
Yeah, it looks like they're going upstairs with that one. Actually, a very early Uber coming out there. I guess the threat of that sniper was proving too much. Madness takes down Yuki with a nice shot, but we'll see if it's going to be enough. Faith picks up Epps as well, so this push is not going well at all for Cash Money. They're going to have to force themselves to get back out there, and oh no, Q goes down as well, so that is definitely not good. Definitely an unsuccessful push coming out there from Cash Money, and Masif Saturday managed to pick up this second point off the back of that one.
Yep, so they were very prepared and ready for that situation. They knew that if they're going to get a pick, and if the Uber was used so early, because the sniper is just incredibly threatening. You either use it really early or you take a risk. And it's not a good risk. The sniper's very competent in these levels. They will hit their shots. So you use it early. You spend ages getting to them at last. It's difficult. And so Masif Saturday saw that the Ubers was wearing out by the time that people got close, and then just ran forward and got picks on Q, was caught out of position. So.
But Uber has been popped here by Brodogs.
Yep.
Who is that jumping up and down? I can't tell. Primed.
It's Primed, yeah.
He's taken down. Oh, Epps is jumping in. Not going to be able to find the medic at all. He was nowhere near Brodogs, and that's unfortunate for Cash Money. But Termo picks up Madness, so pretty good kill from him, but probably not enough here for Cash Money at the moment to be able to hold yard, and in fact they're going to push back into their second point, and they have the Uber advantage. So do you think they'll push out with that or just hold in there?
I feel like they're going to give the other team a lot of respect, and they understand that without having proper information it's really difficult to make these decisions about when to push. So yeah, and now the scouts are going out, they can see where the enemy team are, and now they're going to try and use the Uber. So, but yeah, what happened previously was that the other team, Masif Saturday's just got a couple of picks on the flank, were able to walk around, and they've lost a couple of players. So anyway, pushing in the middle.
And no Uber advantage anymore to speak of. Brodogs has got that one up. He's going to be taking, well, he was going to try and take Geo, but I think he dropped him, which is unfortunate. He's going to take Faith instead. It's going to be flashes coming out here from Q, so his Uber runs out relatively quickly, but Brodogs as well has gone down. So, yeah. Interesting hold there.
Death Corner is really difficult to Uber into. Everybody, it's just so easy to just take damage from that area, so yeah, get a lot more pick kills. People are going to chase after the medic and soldier and try to get the picks on them, so Brodogs gets taken down.
What can Geo do here on his own? Absolutely nothing. Primed, I think, got 4 or 5 kills in that small passage of play.
He's having a very good game. Primed comes from a long history of playing demo men. Soldier's kind of close, so both projectile classes.
They know that Faith is in here. Faith's going to try and peek out and get a headshot onto Yuki, but it's not going to work, and he's going to have to back spawn. Is that what it's called?
Yep, that's right. So,
alright. Uber comes out here onto last Termo. Be the one to take that one through, and this looks like it should be going all the way with Cash Money. Everyone pretty much from Masif Saturday is going to be pushed back towards their spawn, but Brodogs managing to hold on here at the moment. Madness finds himself 2 kills, and I guess that's why he's one of the best scouts in the division at the moment, getting those clutch kills when it matters. A hold there, a solid hold in fact from Masif.
Yep, so everybody focused the heavy, but the heavy has 450 hit points. It's really difficult to actually, focus him down, get the kills on him. Manage to get him, ride the rockets and stuff back into spawn, swap class, and yeah, because everyone spent all their time damaging the heavy and they didn't even succeed at getting the kill. Yeah, that's why Massive Satyrs were able to hold that. Heavy's really threatening for both offense and defense on that last point.
Brodogs has got that huge uber advantage. They're going to be able to use that on this midpoint if they have to, but surely you'd expect they'll want to hold on to it if they can. Sol starting them off well. Yuki taking down Geo as well, takes down Epps. Oh, this is going to be a wipe. Not quite a wipe, but it's going to be an easy midpoint here for Massive Saturday, and they're going to roll on through into yard and potentially into second as well. Termo going to put up his sticky trap near Z connector, but we'll see what it can do. Madness is going to be the one to check in there. He's looking out. Does spot the sticky trap over there, but the sticky is not going to do too much there. Fortunate for Termo in that situation.
Yep, so it's just really difficult when you lose a lot of players and then you're not able to defend points effectively because you just don't have the people up. It's really good that Termo, the two important players, the Demo and the Medic survive, but by themselves, they're just not enough manpower to actually deal with anything, so... But yeah, it looks like the blue team got wiped when they pushed last. Maybe they aren't aware of the sentry gun on the left, or
a bit of a disappointing push. I think they had to Uber in pretty early, and by the time Q popped, they were pretty much down to 30%. So after that, it allowed Cash Money to pretty much wipe them without having to worry about going down or anything like that. And in the end, they're managing to push off into second and potentially into mid off this as well.
It should be a really easy push in the middle because there's a soldier and scout down, so it means that the other team should be able to get in really easily because either a flank's not being watched or people don't have the necessary damage to actually prevent players from coming in. So there we go, red team managed to catch up the middle point.
Right, so the tables have turned now in the favour of Cash Money. Masif on the defensive once again, and have to do what they can. They've only got 60% Uber here, so it's going to be tough for them to hold onto second at the moment. It looks like they're grinding as hard as they can. Madness has got his Boston Basher out, doing what he can. I think that's what it's called.
Yep,
I
that's
don't
right.
remember. Well, anyway, you know what I'm talking about in the end. And the Uber is probably going to come up here for Brutalix. So they could hold on to this this second point even.
Yeah, so this is going to be very good. Probably, I imagine that red team are going to, Cash Money. They're going to try to get picks on the flank, or they're just going to try to bully the point in just slowly. That looks like blue team coming straight in.
Good flash there from Q to save Epps.
Yep.
Yeah, Soldier's going to be dueling here up in the top. You'd have to give it to Epps. He's got a huge overheal advantage. Geo only on 82 HP. Madness takes down Termo though, so that's a pretty good pick. Sol picks himself up too as well before being taken out. Realm finishes off Epps, and Prime does what he can on that point, but it's going to be Q the only one alive. They're going to be able to chase him down surely. 4 seconds on the respawn for Yuki. Q though manages to take down
Q
Fate,
has hit 6 crossbow shots in a row on various people, so he's doing pretty good.
It worked out well for him. He managed to get out of there, pick up the health kit, and he's met back up here with Termo. They're going to have to fall back onto second, but certainly a big deal managing to get out of there alive with that. About 20% Uber that he had, I think.
Yep. So, medics at this level, they just know, alright, it's just not working very well. I need to get out. I just need to run away. So, Realm gets a pick on Zaka, so that's very easy, to push in and get it, into the flank. So, they're going straight in. Brutalix. Just waiting for that last bit of Uber charge and going straight in.
As they should with that Uber advantage. They'll see if they can pick off Q here before he picks his Uber up, which is still a fair way away. Faith and Soul combine to take down Epps. Madness takes out Primed, and this is looking very good at the moment for Massive Saturdays. Are they going to chase? We're going to see a big jump there from Geo. Going to take a lot of full damage off that. He's only on 19 HP. He is taken down there by Zaka. So Zaka, he's a little bit caught out here. I don't think he's going to be able to get back anywhere. But Epps looks like he's going to come in and back up his buddy, his little buddy scout, and keep him alive. So good work there from Cash Money, in fact, to kind of stay alive.
Yeah, so all the players are incredibly competent. They know, alright, it's just so easy to fall out of this middle point because you just can't get line of sight on people. So, yeah, Brutalix is doing a very good job of staying alive. Hopefully no one's paying attention to him. And he's out! He's out! Very good job, Brutalix. That's an incredible play.
Yep, he's alive. Madness takes down Epps as well, and everyone on Cash Money is not going to find themselves in a very happy place. They're all down at the moment. Termo and Zach are going to respawn, but they're definitely not going to be able to hold second at this rate. Going to have to set up on last. And
Zach will set slot to energy. There we go. So, like, there's definitely no way that they're going to be able to defend second. They don't have players up at all. So, and blue team has massive uber advantage. They're getting ready to push up top. We'll just see how that goes. Hopefully the heavy will be able to distract long enough like it did last time. So, there you go. Push it in.
it's going to be... who's on heavy? Termo is taken down
Yuki.
already. Yuki is on heavy. He is doing what he can, getting a lot of heals here from Q at the moment, but Q, well, he gets taken down, but it doesn't matter. Masif picking up the second round of the half, and well, it's 3-2 at the moment, so they're getting pretty close to equalizing the scoreline.
Yeah, they're doing really good. Like, coming back from the disadvantage. I guess they've just, you know, said, alright, what we're doing previously isn't working, and we're just going to toughen up and just manage to beat this one of the best teams in Australia. We're going to do this. So, let's see how the middle goes. I want to watch the scouts.
Okay, let's take a look. The scouts have arrived. So who's up? Zaka is going to be down bottom. Yuki up the top. Whoa, there goes Sol straight up in the air. How much is he going to die? Yeah, he's dead. It's not. Actually, that was Realm. But in the end, Q is taken down again, though. So seems like Masif perhaps really focusing on taking out Q and not so much taking out the rest of the classes. I don't know what your thoughts are on that one, but definitely not working out for them at the moment.
No, it's okay to, like, any frag's a good frag in this situation. Every single one of the players is like, you know, like...
I think Q's got crits.
Yeah, because Brutalex died later than
yeah, he does.
So what's going to happen is they're going to say, okay, well, we can definitely get uber advantage before them. And second's actually a really good place to crits onto, because you can just, like, send a scout in the door, shoot the stickies off, and then... Like, no one has line of sight for ages until you've shot the sticky, you know, got a pretty much guaranteed shot on the med, so...
Well, Geo pushing aggressively into Prime, might be able to take him out. The shotguns are out.
Yeah,
He does manage to get out of there as well on 31 HP.
But now the flanks, like, because Prime isn't there to go watch the flank, they're just coming in, so... They're gonna bait on the point, or they might just, like, say, there you go, crits pop.
Are they going to find a med pick? No, they're not. They're not even going to be able to find anything with it at all. Epps finished off Sol, but crits certainly didn't work out there. I thought they might be able to find... Oh, they find Geo and Brutalix off probably the last couple of percentage of that crits, and I thought it was working out badly, but they managed to make it work. Termo takes them down, and Faith is going to be the only one alive here. He's going to have to come up massive if they want to defend this last, and in the end he doesn't. So this looks like it's going to be cash money, just pretty much rolling onto this point, no trouble at all, and taking that one out.
Yeah, so it's 4-2 at the moment, so... But yeah, Kritzkrieg is, like, very good when you know that, like, both teams, like, are going to have even Uber. Crits gets you there faster, and if you've got a demo man as competent as Termo, you can just rely on his deathmatch and pretty much to hit every shot, so... There we go, we're gonna watch Sol on rollout.
Sol manages to get done, then in Termo and Realm pretty much even towards mid in terms of their speed. Sol, what's he doing? He's jumping forward, I think. Yeah, he's entering garage pretty aggressively, trying to dual prime. Indeed, he takes him down. That's the first kill of the round as well. So, nice ESP choosing the person to watch there. But wow, a ton of kills go out, and it's going to be Faith picking himself up a couple. Madness is going to be well, but the cap going towards Masif, working out well for them.
And there we go, Madness getting to pick on Q.
Oh!
Wow.
It's just to get the health kit, but Termo hits him in the face with a pipe and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's just so difficult for, like, a demo man to defend a medic against, like, a really meta-hungry, like, scout, because...
Yeah.
Like, it's just hard. Even, like, someone as good as Termo, Madness is probably, like, just as good at hitting his shots as Termo is, so... And, you know, med's a pretty easy target to hit a lot of the time, especially when they're just running in a straight direction backwards from you, so...
Right.
Brutalix a uber advantage, so...
Yeah, Masif have a pretty decent opportunity to equalize the scoreline here, but the sentry I can hear is being put up here by Cash Money, so that's going to point defended pretty well. Yuki is going to be the one to do that. Where is he going to take this sentry, perhaps? All the way forward, and that might catch someone out. What happens?
So Yuki's going to get caught out here because everybody's looking at him.
He's got the sentry up at least. It's going to take a bit of damage, and he's healing it up as well. Sol is going to take it down. Yuki's still alive, doing what he can with that shotgun. Not going to be too effective, but he's still doing what he can, and it looks like Well, we're in a 3v3 situation at the moment. Brutalix is going to have to fall back with Madness and an unsuccessful push, but they managed to get enough kills to, I guess, force Cash Money to reconsider perhaps not pushing into second again. They're going to have to hold out once more.
Yep, even though, like, it's just really, like, this point, you need to be able to just walk in up top with Uber and make sure you clog all the holes, because on the bottom right, bottom left, and then up top, there's two directions up top as well. People can leak behind so easily, it's just fairly difficult to retake when you don't have players up.
So they're pushing in without Uber here, and it's going to be
dry Ubers, so
interesting. The sentry is up, but it's only level 1. It takes down Madness in the end. Realm, though,
there's some really low players on Cash Money's side, so if people hit their shots, they're going to be able to knock them out. So
not happening just
they're
yet.
going to Uber. Both teams are Ubered. Soul's getting out.
The Uber's running out, and again, a pretty stalematey situation. Geo is kind of in an interesting spot. Not going to work out too well for him. Prime takes him out. Realm takes no one. Nope, that was Madness. Takes him down. Brutalix is still alive here for Massive Saturday. Meanwhile, Q is alive as well.
And Soul's backcapping.
Take him down. Oh! Wow. Okay.
There you go. So you did what I said earlier. It's just really difficult to retake unless you have people watch every single exit. And Soul saw an opening up top. Everybody's looking bottom left. He jumped behind and got a cap off. So
we're 4-4 at the moment, if I am not mistaken.
I think it's
We've got
4-3.
8 minutes. 4-3?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Massif's still got work to do. Yeah, I think it was 3-0 the first half.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting confirmation it's 4-3. So if Massive can pick up a quick round here, they might be able to force this into a golden cap. But Q goes down early in the fight there. That was Soul with a nice bomb. Yuki takes out Soul, but definitely not what you would want to be doing in that situation. Brutalix is on 6 HP. I think he went down as low as 3. Oh, he's going to be taken down there by Termo with a nice pipe. I just saw it flying across my screen, and, well, I mean, not a good first, or I guess not a good mid-fight there for Cash Money, but at least they managed to take down Brutalix. They're going to have a slight Uber advantage because they've got the respawn, but
yep.
Yeah, probably not much to write home about here.
They won't be able to defend, they won't be able to retake second at the moment, but it'll be interesting to see if they just try to use the slight Uber they had and just push it up top and just make sure they keep tabs on players on bottom right and bottom left. So
it's not very much more successful. No, in fact, it's a few percent really. So maybe like 1 or 2 seconds tops. But Epps, he's taken a ton of damage early. He's going to get a bit of a heal up, but yeah, he's managed to get out of there just with this.
Brutalix is running Crits Creek as well, so that's important to know. So we'll see if Crits is just very, very hard when there's a sentry gun. So
there's the sentry gun. Ah, yeah, there it is behind.
It's only level 1, so.
Now we'll see what Realm can do with it. He's being pushed back very hard by it. Hasn't been able to find anything. In fact, is taken down there by Termo. The sentry gun is very low, but Geo is the only man in the last sort of area, and he's going to be taken down no trouble at all by Primed, and another unsuccessful push here by Massive. Are they going to be able to hold this second? I highly doubt it with that Uber advantage that Cash Money have got, and considering Brutalix really only has got the crits as well.
Okay, pushing in a second with Uber advantage. It's going. Yeah, just do 2 scout Uber. They know they're going to just have to try to run at Brutalix and force it. They're going to retake with crits here. And it's a very slight pause for a second, not sure why, but yeah. Termo knows that it's going to be really difficult to walk into the choke. They don't even try to capture a second, they just come straight back out. I know that it's just really difficult to play us down to actually even try to contest that, so. Sentry Gun's still up at last, so leaking players won't be able to get behind and do anything.
Oh, someone's back capping there, that was Prime,
yeah.
So they're in a difficult position, but the cap is back on. It's going to be up against, it's going to be Primed up against Faith. This is going to be a big fight. Whoever wins this one potentially could win the round, or not potentially win the round, but no, Faith is going to go down. If he had won that, he probably would have won the round for his team. Primed is going to be sitting on the health pack, but it's not going to respawn in time. The capture is on, and a pretty decent Uber advantage here that, well, it's a crits advantage, I guess you could say, for Massive at the moment.
Yep. As long as Yuki continues building sentry guns, crits is just really difficult to use because your players aren't invulnerable. So, but you know, he's not up as an engineer at the moment. He knows he has to be scout and he has to fight people here. So, gets hit with a pipe straight away. And Massive Saturdays look like they're going to take this.
Oh, do they? Yuki's on 11 HP, so he's very low. Primed on 24 as well. If they managed to hold it, would have been, well, it would have been a cool passage of play. But in the end, it's gonna be Realm alive. So we're 4-4.
Yep. So this is it. This is the pretty much. Oh, the config got like stuffed for a little bit, so Ebbs is
Yeah.
kind of sad about it.
I was kind of confused about what was going on there as well. But so it's first to 5, is that correct?
Yep, yeah, it's right. So over the two halves, pretty much. I guess they didn't expect. They just stuffed up. They didn't know it was they needed the blue team to score 5. So a lot of times it's not noticed mistakes like this because like teams roll each other and just people don't reach those score lines. So, but yeah, we'll see how this last one goes.
Yeah, there's about 6 minutes left for someone to make a cap. If not, then I'm assuming we go to golden cap. Would be very interesting. Yep. Brulix, oh, he's in the middle of everything, taking a ton of damage. He's got Zaka behind him, and Zaka takes him down. Gonna be primed, jumping up here onto the blue crate, and Sol gonna do what he can on his own, but not gonna be able to do anything there. Both medics down, but the capture point goes in the favor of Cash Money.
So yeah, Cash Money, we're going to go pick up the medic at forward spawn, try to grind the whole way, make sure that the other team aren't able to get any Uber advantage. So, and yeah,
crits out here for
both teams or
for Q.
Yeah, for Q. Good. So crits on last. It's very good. Up top, you got like sighted pretty much everywhere, and you can take those like fights pretty easily. So, although
well, he's not really
just retaking
healing
second,
at the moment.
so.
Yeah, he's lost a little bit of time there. He was not healing someone for a little while, and the Ubers managed to catch up a little bit, but nonetheless he's healing again.
Crits will pull ahead.
Yeah, it will pull ahead again.
Provided the scout grinds, so. But like Masif just pushes it like all the time. It's just what they do. They just want to keep pushing. They're just like, that's it. I want to push. That's my thing. I'm just going to push all the time. So, and like even in this situation, you wouldn't expect Masif to just like push at them. But look, there they are.
There's only 10% advantage. They're not going to be able to use this crits at all. At least now the Uber's up, but they could still
we'll
make
see if we
use
can
of it.
catch him off guard.
Tomo is going to be the one to take it in. He's popped.
And
takes out Rel
and
and
a
Sol.
soldier. So very good play there.
That's what you say were.
Three players down. So if people can just stay alive and keep their medic alive, they'll be able to like just retake and defend second, and probably even push the last here. There to go. They just run the last lane. Brulix cap it.
Brulix in trouble at the moment. He's going to be on his own very shortly. Geo goes down. He's on 6 HP.
And there we go. I think that's the end of the second map.
It's 5-4, yeah.
There we go.
So we're going to Snake Water next, I think.
Oh yeah.
Be an interesting one, that one, because Masif Saturday pretty strong on that one up against Not Bad a couple of days ago. So see how they do up against Cash Money.
So I feel like Granary, it was a lot closer than I expected it to be because the people Eps and Primes, I felt like they were much better soldiers than like Sol and Geo, but it just showed that Sol and Geo just just went really huge and just got up to the same level and were able to even surpass them in some ways. So
definitely, I mean, at least it went the way you predicted, but not quite as rolly as we expected.
Yep. So maybe Snake Water will be interesting. Madness is definitely like showing that why he's one of the premier scouts in the division. So and yeah, I feel unfortunately for Putty and Yuki, they're just getting a bit outclassed. So
well, I mean, Yuki, I guess, is the kind of player that has been on pretty much everything. So he has a weaker class. Can't really blame him too badly for that one.
Not at all. So Yuki is was the best demo man in Australia for a long time, and then the best soldier in Australia. So give him a bit of time, and soon he'll be the best scout in Australia, I'm sure.
Certainly is that kind of player, of course.
It looks like we're having a bit of an intermission with a bunch of players just heading off for a little while. So
I think some of them needed to restart.
Yeah. After playing these long matches, there tend to be some occasional memory leaks and stuff, especially in the older maps. So, and this server as well, is about to expire. So,
we're rebooking.
Yep. So, how did you feel that game was? I felt like it was really intense. And
very interesting match to watch because, I mean, for me that was the first. That and Viaduct were the first kind of close matches that I've watched. Really, the majority of my TF2 viewing experience has been Immunity, and then the other night we had a 5-0 and a 5-1, which was the only other one that I've cast. And so interesting to see kind of more of a close game coming out in TF2, and certainly exciting for me to be able to cast that as well.
Yeah, definitely. These teams, they're like the cream of the crop, best players in like Division 1, and they both put up a very good like fight. Though you can see the experience and like you know, just mainly the experience of the Cash Money team coming ahead, and they're playing the game like very rigid and well structured, if that makes sense. They know, they just by the books. They do their stuff according to Uber advantages and situations like that. They know what they should be doing pretty much all the time. But you see on the other team, Master Saturdays, they've just got it in their head, okay, we're just going to like punish people, we're going to do things that the other team aren't expecting, we're going to metagame against them, and what? We forfeit? What?
Oh. That is unfortunate. Looks like Masif just forfeited.
Yeah.
Apparently Brulix is going to bed.
That's
really disappointing. I was keen for map 3, but oh well. At least we got 2 good maps.
Well, if they can get another medic in, so are they list locked, like roster locked, so they can't use maps at all? So
pretty sure they're roster locked because it's finals.
No max. They got no backups either.
I don't know.
Well, if that is the end, I'm rather disappointed, but you know, if any of the players want to come in and have a chat to us afterwards, that's all more than welcome. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to casting Snakewater. So
well, I'm a little bit disappointed, but I'm sure my family is not going to be disappointed with that because it means I'll stop being so loud at 10:30 at night.
Oh, that's okay. I live alone, so
Wow, the dream.
The dream. And yeah, it looks like that's it. That's the end of the game. So
Right.
What an anticlimactic finish. So
Indeed. So yeah, we'll just wait a few minutes for these players to get themselves sorted, and I'm sure they'll jump in. So perhaps use this time to think of some questions that we want to ask them.
yeah, I'd like to ask Putty and Zaka about how they feel coming up against Madness, because I just feel like it's just really difficult. Maybe ask Prime about like his bomb and solve, because they just have really interesting and dynamic ways of playing Roma. So just ask them what they feel like the best moments are. Geo on Pocket Soldier, he just made a lot of things happen. So and just teams what they overall felt like their best, coming into the game, what they felt like their better maps were, and how they felt about the other team. So
disappointing, but well, I guess now Massive Saturdays are going to be knocked down into the losers bracket, but it's definitely still have an opportunity to go into the finals as well. They're going to be up against the winner of Yule Scepter and Not Bad. So how do you see that going? Do you reckon Cash Money are going to be up against Massive Saturday in the final again? Like, do you think Massive Saturday will be able to get out of the losers bracket?
Yeah, I feel like so Yule Scepter and what was it, Not Bad? That's Jersh's team, I believe. So yeah, Not Bad and Yule Scepter. I'm pretty sure Yule Scepter has got that, because there's a lot of Brack has a lot of different players. And if they run their best players possible, I feel like Not Bad are going to get outclassed in every way. So, but then you come to Saturdays, and that's going to be, they've got an even stronger lineup than Brack does. So yeah, I feel like it will probably be another match, and maybe they'll start the game at 8 o'clock instead, so they don't have these problems of getting ready at 10:45. So
a 8 o'clock start would be certainly good for me, and it would be interesting to see the actual, I guess, how a third map potentially would go, because we're a little disappointed by that, but certainly hoping to see the kind of rematch in the final.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really, really well played by both teams, and they have very different styles, and it's like all the players at that level are incredibly competent in every way. It's just sometimes there are better commitments than having to stay up and play computer games till midnight. So
yes. So anyway, it doesn't matter. We've got Eps in here for a interview. So fire away. How are you feeling after that? A bit disappointed that we didn't go to the third map?
Honestly, so disappointed. Our whole team, man, when that game ended, we're just like you know, like we're just like we want to play another game. Like we were so like that last map was like some of the best TF2. Like I mean, not in terms of my own skill, but some of the funnest TF2 I've ever played. Like it was good fun to play, and like it's such a shame off a game like that having the other team just be like, yeah, we're done. Like we wanted to play a third map, you know, we wanted to get in there and we wanted to keep playing and, you know, enjoy TF2, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
Having said that, you might meet them up again in the finals, so hoping, I guess fingers crossed for that one.
Yeah, hopefully. But we might meet he's Termo as well in Mumble. We might meet Not Bad as well, maybe.
Well, Masif 2-0, not bad. 5-1 and 5-0 on Sunday night. So to go up against you guys.
Personally, I think Not Bad. I think Not Bad really do have the potential to beat the team we just versed. Like we versed Not Bad in scrims, and it's.
I don't think they do.
You don't?
No.
I reckon they can.
Wishful thinking, Nick.
I reckon they can, man. I reckon they can do it. If their scouts just play, if they all just play well, man. If they play like they do in scrims, I reckon they have a chance. If they get the right maps and Masif aren't playing their A game. You know?
Do you think maybe they choke in a match situation, or?
It's not even choking, it's just lack of experience. They haven't played much high-level TF2, none of them have, and like, they haven't played much as a team, and they're not used to that match environment type thing, and they don't take risks in matches, it feels like, from what I've seen. Like, they don't actually play aggressive and, you know, play like they do in scrims. It's like they're scared, and they want to play really safe, and they just lose. Anyway, I'm not going to keep talking about them, but anyway, I think they, you know, Jake disagrees, but they could take it if they want to.
No, they definitely wouldn't beat Masif. I mean, look at the games they played already. Masif just raped them 5-0, 5-1, so...
Yeah, but in scrims they're closer,
I'm not trying to talk down. But scrims are scrims, mate.
How did you guys feel about coming into this game against Master Saturdays? It's a pretty intimidating lineup they have.
We were confident because we have been playing more leading up to this game, and with all the smack talk from Brood, it was hyping our team up, so we were excited. One thing about our team is we've barely played the whole season. Like, we've kind of just scrimmed once a week maybe and played matches until about a week or two ago. So we're kind of just, hopefully we can improve more going to the last game.
Yeah. How did you feel like the swapping your classes around? Because I remember Prime was playing Scout earlier in the season, so does that make a big difference?
The way Prime played tonight speaks for itself, honestly.
He is incredible.
It has
came
made
up
a
huge.
difference. Prime is a great soldier. Yeah. He's just stronger on soldier, and Putty going from soldier to scout, we didn't, I guess, lose much. He can just be just as effective on scout as he can soldier, is what I mean.
Yep.
I think he had a couple of med picks. Nice to see from him. Do you have any other questions, GMS?
Yeah. How did you feel about, like, I noticed your team swaps to crits a lot, and like that's very good when you've got like your, you know, even Uber situations. But I felt like the other team never wanted to take that risk. Why do you think that is?
I don't even know why that is. It's because they focus heaps of heals, and like their main playmaker is Geo. Honestly, like Rome doesn't really do much. He just like sits back and does damage and spams. But
was it why Masif don't run crits? Was that the question?
Yep, pretty much.
It doesn't play to their strength. Their strength is around Ubers and Geo using the Ubers, and then they have a strong post Uber with Soul and everyone and Madness, obviously. Crits doesn't really play to that, I think.
Yep, that's very correct. Yeah, you guys, any more questions for these two, Elfish?
Not that I can think of. Well, I guess maybe who do you think you're going to go up against in the final? I mean, we kind of touched on that a little bit with Ebbs, but yeah.
I think it'll be almost like it'll be probably Massive, but I think the other team has a chance.
We'll play Massive again in the final.
Do you think you can take out the third map? Or if it's going to go to 3?
I hope so. I hope, like I said, we're going to try and keep improving and see where we are when the final comes around.
Alright, cool. Well, I think that pretty much wraps us up. I guess we'll do some shout outs here. Ep, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, shout out to guys, Mumble guys from Mumble, and you guys for casting, and my team, the other team for putting up a good fight, and Brutolix for being heaps confident in coming to the game, and just general shout outs. And and Prime, because he fucking went off tonight, seriously.
He was pretty sick to watch. Geomanis, your shout outs, please.
Just a shout out to both teams. Just played incredibly well. Space, because he asked for one. So good work, Space.
Alrighty, Tomo, you got anything?
Yeah, shout out to Masif, unlucky about Brutolix. That's pretty gay. Shout out to everyone on my team, and shout out to the casters and you guys.
Alright, well, I'll shout out both teams as well. I hope to see you guys in the final, or certainly hope to see a repeat of such an interesting game in the final at least. And shout out as well to Geomanis for joining me tonight in such short notice, because Smithsonian was a bit sick. And of course, shout out to Brodogs as well for giving us the opportunity to produce this and sort of being our cam guy as well. So thank you for that one.